Hey, it was really good. I'm Big True, and welcome to the Final 30, HeyTrue.com. Today is March the 15th, 2013, and this is episode number 4. So I'm really excited because today I actually have one of my Facebook friends who we're going to talk to in just a little bit, Stephen Moore. He's here with me today. But first, let's kind of get you caught up on what's going on with the weight loss with me. So I went and got weighed in today. Last week I was 263. Today I weighed in at 258 pounds, so I'm excited. I have like 8 pounds and some ounces to go until I get to my goal weight of 250 pounds. Now I am kind of considering maybe looking towards losing some additional weight, but we'll wait to get to 250 to decide for that. Anyway, so Stephen Moore is a Facebook friend that I actually met. Actually bumped into a couple of months ago at an event downtown Durham. I started kind of doing some research and finding out, even through discussions with him, that he had lost a lot of weight. And then more recently, he actually posted a picture on Facebook, and this is the picture right here. So anyway, first of all, Stephen, thanks for deciding to do this.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully people who watch this will be able to kind of see that, everybody kind of, although we're kind of going through this individually, we're doing this by ourselves, people are kind of experiencing some of the same issues. So first of all, what was your heaviest that documented?
Around 340 pounds.
All right, and where are you now?
227.
All right, so it's 227 where you want to be. Was that kind of around your goal weight, or did you want to be lighter?
The goal was to be around 230. Trying to get my body fat percentage down, but sometimes you have to sacrifice pounds in order to achieve that. So if I can get around 18% and try to beef it back up, then that's the goal. But do not want to go below 225 if I can help it.
So is there a specific reason why? Is it just because you don't think it's going to look good for you?
Well, I'm still a big guy by nature. Really not trying to be in the skinny guy's lane. I still want to be considered a bigger guy, although I'm 225. 200, 195, don't think it'll look right on my frame.
How did you get to your highest documented weight? Do you remember what may have been some of the things that kind of got you to that point? Were you heavy as a child?
Yeah, I came out the womb 11 pounds, 2 ounces.
Wow.
Yeah. Big family. Big family.
Okay.
Everyone's big. But I would probably have to say that I got to my largest, being in school. Buffet style, cafeteria setting. You can go in 3, 4, 5 slices of pizza. You can go back again and go back again. And it caught up with me. And I carried that weight with me for all through undergraduate and most of my graduate degree. And
so you went to North Carolina Central University. Right. So also Pride Eagle. So what was the moment and the point where you kind of decided where this is enough? Because I know for me personally, it was a set of emotional setbacks that kind of put me into a situation where I realized I can't allow these emotional things to these external emotional things to kind of take over my life, and it caused my body to go out of control. By that point, it was already out of control, but I realized that I needed to kind of take a stand at that point, and that was probably around 3 years ago. Well, actually, maybe 4 years ago. What was the point for you?
One day I took a long, hard stare in the mirror, and just was not satisfied with what I saw. A lot of times people would tag me on pictures on Facebook, and I'm like, my face is really fat. And I would untag them instantly because I couldn't believe that was the person I grew into. So one day I just took a long, hard stare and just embraced everything that I saw that I was unhappy with. And I said, enough's enough, I can't do it anymore. And so I said, now is the time to make this change. Come from a family of diabetes, family that has gout, and a lot of other, illnesses, and I said I can't do it. So I need to make this change. So 2010 is when I started my journey.
Same, yeah, I kind of started on mine. What were the first set of steps that once you kind of acknowledged, okay, I need to make a change, what was the first few steps that you made to kind of start on your journey?
I did what a lot of people have done. I purchased the P90X regiment, and unlike most people that I know, no one that I knew finished it.
Oh, I don't know.
I never knew of anyone who actually finished it.
Shout out to Bishop Omega, always talking about the P90X. I don't think you've ever finished it. No, but seriously, I don't, like, you're right. I don't know anybody who's, or Insanity. I don't know anybody who's got Insanity and actually finished through the whole collection. So, but you did.
Yeah. So I did P90X. The first time I did it, I lost maybe 30, 40 pounds first time I did it. Mm-hmm. And after I did it again. That's when I dropped down to maybe 250. And after doing it twice, I knew that I was in a really, really good place. Mm-hmm. But it was a hard program. It involved eating right. It involved just staying dedicated, doing strength training 3 days a week, 3 days of, high intensity cardio, and just pushing yourself. If you're not happy with what you see in the mirror, you have to be the one who's willing to change it.
Right.
That's what I did.
Okay. So the exercise, how did the whole eating component play into what you were doing? Did you change your eating habits along with the weight, and what did you do?
So it came with a like a nutrition guide. Now, a lot of the foods that were in it were a little too pricey for a graduate student's budget, so I modified it, and portion control was a key factor. I measured my food, a cup of rice, a half a cup of this, 6 ounces of steak. The key that I've always learned is you don't get abs in the gym. You get them from eating right. You get them in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. So it's probably 80% nutrition as far as getting your health right. You have to eat right. It's no point in, eating fried chicken, drinking soda, French fries, and then say, oh, I'm going to go to the gym and expect to get these results. It's not going to happen.
Right. So the whole process, when you got to your, at what point was it that you realized that that you'd finally kind of gotten the diet component correct for you? How long did it take once you started the food aspect of it, did it take before you really started seeing the results you were looking for?
Well, after P90X, I did Insanity, and one thing that I noticed was that once you do a program multiple times, your body gets too adjusted to it and didn't really seek the results that I wanted. So after cycling off those programs, getting kind of lazy, picking weight back up because I got comfortable, my weight maybe came up to like 260, 270. When I really got serious was when I found this website called bodybuilding.com. When I found that website, I saw a lot of different programs that really touched on nutrition. So the one program that I really started with was by this guy named Chris Gethin, and he really laid out nutrition for me. Like, to the T, it was something that was affordable. That's when I knew that nutrition played the biggest key factor in weight loss and getting my body to the physique that I wanted it. Was probably this past October, and some of the best knowledge I found was on this website, and I stick to it every day. I do not deviate from the programs. I make sure that my refrigerator is stocked with a lot of the stuff that's going to help me achieve these goals.
So what would you say would be a few tips you could give to someone who is identified, hey, I need to make a change in my life, I want to lose this weight, but they're just not really sure how to start, but they have already decided, I want to make something happen for myself?
Number one, surround yourself around people who support you. I get many times, oh, I like you better big, or, you don't need to lose all that weight, you're fine the way you are. If you're unhappy, that's a change you have to make for yourself, and no one can for you. So make sure you're around people who support you and will not try to deter you from what you're trying to do. Because a lot of times, they just can't do it themselves. So they try to keep you from doing something that will better yourself. 2, in order to have something or achieve something that you never obtained, you have to do something you've never done. And for me, it was to eat right. Portion control was horrible for me, and I ate a lot of bad food. So you have to eat right. And if you go out and you're with people and they're eating all the foods that you wish you had, fried chicken wings and wedges, no, salad, broccoli, sirloin steak, sweet potatoes, all good foods, because in order to achieve these goals, you can't without eating right. And join a gym, do Zumba, do anything extracurricular. I know a lot of people, they don't like hitting the weights, but it doesn't matter what gym you go to, they make it more attractive for joining by having a lot of these classes. So join a gym, join classes, take someone with you. It's a lot better sometimes when you have someone who's trying to obtain the same goals you are, so you can motivate each other. A lot of people don't have that self-motivation. They need someone else to kind of push them and hold them accountable. So surround yourself around good people, eat right, and hit the gym.
Hey, it's as simple as that. And I agree. I definitely agree. I think one of the hardest things for me was to realize that some of my friends, well, my good friends do, but some of the people that I've kind of enlisted to help me in the past, they didn't have the same drive. They really didn't have to lose the weight. They were very satisfied with where they were. So it's hard to rely on people like that because they have nothing to gain or to lose from it. So I kind of got stuck. So I'm very used at this point to going to the gym by myself and just kind of engaging in conversations with other folks in the gym who are dedicated to what they're doing, instead of trying to drag people over there. Because I think what happens a lot of times, if in the very beginning, if someone said, "Oh, I can't go to the gym with you at the last minute," I would decide not to go myself. And so I got out of that habit really quick. I got tired of that.
Awesome.
So yeah. So Stephen, I definitely appreciate you coming by.
Thank you,
If
man.
somebody wants to get in contact with you, because your story is really amazing, how can they reach you? Like on Twitter or Facebook or?
Stephen R. Moore on Facebook and on Twitter at SDOTMOORE S.Moore.
And he's on Instagram too, so you can check out his Instagram pictures too. And it's
Same as Twitter.
Yeah,
at
S.Moore.
S.Moore.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for the final 30. HeyTrue.com. I'm Truett O'Neal. Enjoy your weekend. See you next week.